Thank you very much for that. Our next guest is Brandy Dominelli. She's the artist liaison for Jazz Fest. And what does an artist liaison do, first off?
Yes, an artist liaison. I make sure that they have hotel rooms and that the venues are set up for them and that all their riders are taken care of. They have all the funny things that they ask for in their riders. And
Such as, what are some of the more unique options?
yes, you know what? They ask for like lots of candy. Like people like candy and obviously alcoholic beverages. You know, that's a big one. So yeah.
That's not a jazz stereotype by any
No, not at all. No, musicians do not like alcohol at all.
means. You were telling me that you also add emotional and mental support while they're going through those 10 hectic days. You're the person running around with your head cut off.
Yeah.
But you've been doing this for a while, so it's obviously a passion for you as well.
It is definitely a passion. I love it. And yeah, making sure that they're well taken care of in Edmonton. You know, we want them to experience the city and have a great time during their stay here. And so, yeah, we've done things from, you know, going to the pharmacy to make sure that they have, you know, headache medicine or, you know, just talking about stage fright. We had one amazing piano player who had terrible stage fright, and he told me all about it before the show. So that was really interesting, yeah.
Well, that's not Chris Andrew. You'll be seeing him coming up later in the show. He's a fantastic jazz pianist from right here in Edmonton. But some of these performers, like you said, they're coming from far away, and they might get a little stage fright. They might get a little homesick. Do you ever have to deal with people breaking down, which isn't something you hear about a lot, but for you, that might be part of your job?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, they get here and sometimes things aren't the way that they perceived it to be, or their band members aren't here yet, or, you know, things can definitely happen that makes people a little bit nervous, but it's amazing how they're professionals, and once they get on that stage, you would never know anything happen. It's amazing the way they deal with it.
Speaking of professionals, you're a professional musician yourself. Brandy was telling me you have a band with your mom that you sing in. Tell us about that.
Yeah, no, we're an all-girl cover band, and yes, we play the hits of the 50s and 60s. It's fun, yes.
Any jazz music?
Oh, no jazz. Oh, we play Green Onions.
Okay.
That's about as close as it gets. I don't know if that's jazz, yeah.
But your husband plays jazz.
Yes, he's a great jazz musician. Yeah, Brandy Dominelli, and he's a drummer, and he introduced me to jazz. So he's opened my ears to the genre, and now I really enjoy it.
Working with Jazz Fest here in Edmonton, what have you noticed about our city's love for jazz and the passion for the music here?
Yeah, it's amazing. We have a really great community that, you know, it's broadening all the time. You see us exposing ourselves to, you know, within the roots community and the blues community, we all kind of tie into each other, and there's this real crossover that's happening, which makes it really exciting, and it's growing all the time. You know, people are getting more interested in it and realizing that jazz isn't necessarily what they originally thought it was, that there's a lot of different forms of it, soul jazz, you know, hip-hop jazz, there's all sorts of different styles, so it's exciting the way it's growing.
One of the stereotypes with jazz music is that it's usually for an older audience. Do you find that's true here in Edmonton, or do we have a younger audience that gravitates toward it?
You know what, it's growing, especially with Grant McEwen, the program there, you know, the young jazz musician, it's becoming a big part of our programming. This year we have an artist named Jose James, and he's a hip-hop jazz artist, and he's young and he's very cool, and so he'll be one to watch out for the younger demographic, yeah.
And that's always fabulous to see when younger people gravitate towards music that you might not necessarily think that would be their style, and then they totally surprise you and surprise their entire community.
Yes, exactly, and it has shocked us. Trombone Shorty came last year, and he really drew into that demographic, and we saw the young people enjoying, you know, an art form that generally is considered for older people. It was really exciting, and, you know, hopefully that they'll grow up and they'll grow with the genre as well, you know? Yeah.
The number one act you suggest everyone take time out of their day to go see, who would that be?
Chris Bodie. He's phenomenal. He's a great trumpeter. He's played with U2 or Sting, Bublé. He's just amazing, and he was named one of the 50 most beautiful people in the world by People magazine, so it doesn't hurt.
Well, there you go. Candy for your ears and your eyes.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Well, Brandy, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back here on Shaw TV.